sports media.
Hey guys, this is Grant Chachere of Ruger Sports Media. This is another episode of the Recruiting Board. This week we'll have on Charles Ross, who plays linebacker for North Shore High School. He's currently raised a four-star linebacker, and he's also just recently committed to LSU. So we're going to talk a lot about his commitment to LSU along with some other stuff. But right now, it's bigger than football right now. Charles recently lost one of his teammates, Jarvon Coles. He died really young at the age of 18. Charles, what did Jarvon mean to you, not only as a teammate, but as a close friend?
He was a true teammate, a true friend. He was a great friend. The North Shore family, we're definitely heartbroken about this one.
Mm-hmm. And he was a senior. And what did his mentorship? How did he help you being a football player throughout your time in North Shore? Because obviously, he was a senior.
Yes, sir. He was definitely a leader. Ever since I was a freshman, incoming freshman, he led me in the right direction of how to make sure everything stays in order and I make sure I'm doing the right stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, condolences to the North Shore community and also the family of Jarvon. He'll be deeply missed. But and then unfortunately that overshadowed your huge weekend. But for obvious reasons, that that was probably the biggest storyline outside the in the Houston area. And condolences to you and your friends and his family and the North Shore community. But Charles, let's talk about your commitment to LSU. What led to the decision to make your decision this early?
Ever since I was young, I had a dream of playing at LSU ever since like Little League, So once I got there and I seen that they wanted me there and that they had a plan for me when I got there, that's where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. And what led to your fandom at such a young age? Because you're in Houston, that's Texas Longhorn territory, man. So what kind of led to your fandom at LSU?
My grandpa actually is from New Orleans, so
Okay.
that really tied into everything. Me having family down there, visiting them in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. So
Okay. So did your grandfather come up to Houston after Katrina? I'm assuming.
a little before Katrina.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of people from New Orleans that actually moved to Houston after Katrina. You see that a lot, especially like Grant Delpit, who actually is he's originally from New Orleans, but he moved to Houston after Katrina and eventually found his way back to Louisiana as he was an All-American safety at LSU. Um, but I know that Blake Baker, who is currently the new defense coordinator and linebackers coach at LSU, he's been your primary recruiter since you joined the staff in January. What is your relationship like with him?
It's great. He's a very down to earth guy, extremely nice guy. When I first met him, he treated me like family, so that was very nice.
Mm-hmm. He's from Houston too, isn't he?
Yes, sir. He is from Houston.
Mm-hmm. What did that kind of like bond kind of come right away because you guys are from the same area?
Yes, sir. It does.
Mm-hmm. I got you. And how was your visit to LSU? Because I know did you have, well, actually let me ask this: did you visit LSU recently? Because I know they had a big event this past weekend.
Yes, sir. I was down there Saturday, I believe, for Junior Day.
Mm-hmm. What was your visit like?
It was amazing. I got a tour of the facility, seen the weight room, where they watch film, do everything. I seen the campus, got a tour around the campus and everything.
Did that visit ultimately lead to you committing to LSU?
Yes, sir, it did.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. And were you able to meet Brian Kelly?
Yes, sir, I was able to.
What's he like? Because I know we see him a lot. I see him a lot because I cover LSU, and at his press conferences. But what's he like when he's not in front of a camera or he's not with the media? What's he like just when nobody's around him?
He's an amazing guy. He told me what he had for me, what the direction was, what the plan for me was when I got to LSU. He broke everything down and he welcomed me in as a family when I made the decision.
Mm-hmm. And I know that you're part of this 2025 class. LSU currently, right now, has the number one class in the country. They've signed three 5 stars, including Decorian Moore from Duncanville. Bryce Underwood is the number one recruit in the country. He's also the number one quarterback in the country as well. And then also Harlem Berry committed to LSU. He's from the New Orleans area. So, what does it mean to be a part of this historic class?
It's amazing. I'm glad to be a part of something this big.
Mm-hmm. And what's your relationship like with some of the other commits? I know Keelan Moses, he's been a huge part of this recruiting class. I know he's always hitting up guys who are interested in LSU and any big time recruit. So, what's your relationship like with him and also some of the other commits?
I haven't been able to meet any of them yet, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely looking forward to meeting them.
Awesome, cool. And you go to North Shore High School. North Shore is one of the most successful programs in the state of Texas. Obviously, I would say obviously, but Devin Sanchez was the number one player out of the state of Texas. He committed to Ohio State, so they're always producing players that play at the next level. So, what has your experience been like playing at North Shore High School?
It's a big brotherhood. We're all family, so we all push each other to be better so that we can win and accomplish our goal of getting a state championship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's we have an amazing coaching staff, probably one of the best in high school football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, 5 state champions, including 7 appearances in the state championship. And then you guys also been through 6 straight semis from 18 to 23. I know you guys haven't won the last you guys won a state championship, you were a freshman, which was 2021. And obviously you guys want to get back there. So what goals have you kind of set for yourself? And as well as, the goals you set with your teammates to make sure you guys get back to the state championship and this time win it?
Definitely. The goals that I set for my teammates is, starting fast, because that's where I feel we had a problem with last year. So I'm always on them now about starting fast, make sure we end it how we want to end.
Mm-hmm. And going back to your coaching staff, you said that your coaching staff's been amazing. When you first got to North Shore, Coach K was your head coach, but then ultimately he left to take a position at Rice, and then Coach Gaston stepped in. So how have those two coaches helped with your development as a player?
They've helped my development as a player a lot. As a man, they have helped me grow and mature a lot. So that's definitely big in my life.
Mm-hmm. How have they helped you? You speak of, that really helped you with your maturity. How have they helped you as a person, as a young man getting ready to go off to the real world?
They taught me how to stay focused, make sure I'm staying on the right track. And they actually put me in a young role as a young leader to make sure I'm guiding right people and guiding them in the right directions.
Mm-hmm. What's that experience been like for you?
It's been great. It's a big learning experience all around. So I'm good at it, but everybody has something that they can get better at.
Mm-hmm. And which player do you tend to model your game after, and then why?
Ooh, I'll probably say Fred Warner. He's probably one of the best in the league right now. He can cover, he can tackle, and he's just all around versatile player at the linebacker position.
Mm-hmm. And what would you say are your best attributes as both a player and a person?
I'd definitely say my speed, and as a person, I'll say my versatility, my leadership.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. And then obviously, throughout your career, you're going to have areas where you kind of struggle with, but then you improve over time. So, what areas have you really improved on the most since the start of your high school career until now?
That's a tough one right there. Let me think about that one.
Yeah.
I definitely say like just making sure I know what everybody's doing, like the role as a young one, as like coming in, I didn't understand like what everybody else was doing, their job, and so getting older, I understood their role so that I can better my position as a teammate.
Yeah, and that's a huge role into accepting a leadership ability. But going into that question, because you're becoming a senior, what adjustments have you made to becoming the senior leader on your team?
Definitely. I want to be the one that the younger kids can look up to make sure that I'm guiding everybody correctly, make sure I'm staying on the right track myself, as a teammate, just pushing everybody to be better.
Hmm. Yeah, and what also what areas do you feel like you still need to work on?
Um, I would definitely say my leadership skills, though. I'm
Yeah.
they're good, but I definitely need to work on them some more.
Yeah, no problem. Honestly, like the thing about being a leader is that it takes time because a lot of guys they don't start off as a leader, but then eventually, as you get older, you realize I gotta take a step up. I gotta step up my game. Wouldn't say step up your game, but you got really have to learn how to accept a new role because a lot of times when it comes to you, you don't know how to accept it, but you have to learn how to accept it over time. And you're not the only person that kind of struggles with trying to become a leader. A lot of guys, even some of the greatest, have had to learn how to become a better leader. And so you're not the only one. Um, but uh, who or what is your biggest motivator on and off the field?
I definitely say my mom. My mom is my biggest motivator. She pushes me ever since I was young to become the best I've ever been. She's also a teacher, so she definitely keeps me making sure I keep my grades on track. Everything academics wise is great. So
No, no problem, man. Yeah, that's great. Um, But I know you mentioned that your grandfather's from New Orleans, and then a lot of your family members are actually from New Orleans. So, what is your favorite food from Louisiana?
I actually had some amazing pasta this weekend. At LSU, they had Mardi Gras pasta. That was definitely off the chain. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. What's your opinion on jambalaya?
Jambalaya. Oh yeah, my mom cooks it. My grandpa makes the best jambalaya ever. But I,
Mhm.
I love the gumbo. The gumbo is the best.
Yeah, man. And if you because I know that I saw this interesting graphic where you had to pick one or the other. Like I think one was like gumbo, jambalaya, and etouffee. And then there was one that had snowballs like pool boys and beignets. But I just want to ask you if you had a choice between gumbo, jambalaya, and let's say crawfish etouffee, which one would you choose out of the
I
three?
definitely had to go out of the gumbo. Definitely had to go with the gumbo. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it has a wide. You can make gumbo different ways. You put different things in there, and it's always gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, gumbo's a killer. But I know that at North Shore, there's a lot. There's a lot of stress because you guys want to compete for a state championship every year, and you guys haven't won it since 2021. But how do you deal with the pressure of being at a high school like North Shore?
It's really not any much. It's really not pressure at all because I'm just leaning on my brothers, and my brothers are leaning on me to become the best, so that we can push each other to get to where we want to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, and I know that because when it comes to stress, you got to find a way to make sure you're not like I wouldn't say like you shouldn't lose sight of your goals, but often a lot you have to find a way to decompress from everything that's going on the football field. So, what do you like to do outside of school and outside of football that kind of help you decompress, like hobbies, stuff like that?
I love to spend time with my family. I love to go fishing with my uncles and cousins and things like of that sort. So that's how I get away from all of the stress and things.
Mm-hmm. Last question. Are you Saints? Are you Saints or a Texas fan?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with Saints. You know, the Saints have some grace to come through their program, through their team.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the Saints right now? Because I know they just signed the Falcons just signed Kirk Cousins, so it's not going to be nearly as easy. It's going to be harder to beat up on the Falcons.
Yeah, it is. But truly, at heart, I'm a Texas fan. But the Saints, they got it. Definitely got it.
Mm-hmm. If you had a choice between, like, let's say the Texans and the Saints were playing each other, who would you choose?
Definitely the Texans, because I live in a Texas household, so that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm gonna have to go with.
You're trying to pick the safe route, aren't you?
Nah, my dad is a big Texas fan, so
Okay.
gotta go with them.
Mm-hmm, exactly. All right. Thanks, Charles, for hopping on. Just remember to uh, follow Ruger Sports Media wherever you get social media. Also, make sure to follow my Twitter account, which is right under my name. Charles, thanks for hopping on. I know it's been a pretty busy weekend for you. So I'm glad you were able to hop on, and good luck on your future endeavors, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.